Hi, I'm Hanifa Barnes, creator of Podsnaps and Productivity Architect. Have you ever wondered why certain leaders attune themselves to certain time management practices and tools? Yep, well, today we're going to talk about leadership style versus time management capabilities. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Here's a snap. Your leadership style will determine the types of time management tools you use to really maximize your productivity. Have you ever wondered why, as a leader, there are ways that you're trying to adjust and be productive that are just not working? It may be because you're not attuned to your particular time management capability. And a time management capability is just essentially the types of tools you use to maximize and enhance your productivity. And as a leader, those capabilities are divided into two sections. One is internal and the other is external. And then there are a few that fall in that nexus in between that have access to both capabilities. So in the diagram, you can see here that I have listed out a few of the leadership styles. Now, of course, this is not an exhaustive list, but this is just to give you an example of how this works. The styles that are on the left attune themselves to internal time management capabilities. The styles on the right attune themselves to external time management capabilities, and the ones in the middle have access to both. Now, if your leadership style falls within an internal time management capability, more than likely you are a visionary. You are driving your team and your strategy through a big goal, a big picture, a big vision. You're appealing to the emotion. You're galvanizing your team through inspiration. And you really want to see transformative shifts and change when it comes to productivity. So the capabilities that work for you, one could be anything around goals and driving goals. So that could be using a SMART goal option, or visioning, visualization process, or treasure mapping. Some people even use resolutions or mission statements, all in an effort to drive a big vision or goal. General time management tools can also help you, things like a to-do list or an activity log like a time audit. You can also use things like general organizational efficiency practices when it comes to managing emails and files and all of the daily to-do tasks. Self-motivation is also a good time management capability for you. And you can use different tools that help you to feel self-motivated so you can get your team motivated. One tool to help with that is Snyder's Hope Theory. This is where you use hopes, goals, and pathways to help you persevere through to make it to your goal. Other capabilities that are around any time challenges may be focusing on minimizing interruptions and distractions. Use those tools that help you to limit that barrier. Also get into the practice of having concise conversations. You want to be able to get to the point, because sometimes when you think big and you're visionary, you tend to expound and pontificate more and more and more, when essentially you can just really limit and be more brief in how you execute your words, and then ultimately maximize on the productivity. Now, for external time capabilities, you're more focused on the actual task, on the execution and implementation, the to-do, the specifics, how to get it done, the routine. Efficiency, effective learning, continuous learning, all of those things are crucial for you to make sure you're getting things done. And the decisions that come with that are just as important. So your time capabilities should focus around concentration type capabilities. So maybe you're thinking about time boxing or blocking, because that forces you to focus in on a small section of time to drive towards a specific task. Also think about using the Pomodoro method, which I talk about often, which is setting a timer to allow you to focus on your task during a small period of time with breaks in between. You can also adapt the flow model, which is a model that balances the complexity of the task with your specific skill set. Prioritization is also a good capability for external time management. And that could come in using things like the urgent versus important matrix, which is the Eisenhower matrix, to help you determine what to do and decisions you can make on those particular tasks. General time management functions, as mentioned in the internal, are also beneficial to you. Again, those are the logs, those are the to-do list, those are the efficiency practices when it comes to managing files and emails. Now, for those leadership styles that fall at the nexus of the two capabilities, servant leader, authentic leader, spiritual leader, these leaders have very high self-awareness when it comes to their leadership style and how they engage with their team. They also appreciate feedback and like the ability to learn from their mistakes. And so that is why the time capabilities, they can kind of go between the two because of that flexibility and how they engage when it comes to leadership. So with a servant leader, that person is encouraging and empowering individuals towards shared goals. So you can hear that there's a little bit of both time capabilities because they're talking about encouragement, envisioning, and empowering shared goals, but they're driving people in a very systematic and routine way to get to those goals. Spiritual leaders work towards increasing intrinsic motivation to drive towards goals, while authentic leaders are all about that mutual trust, communication, and coordination. They are also very considerate of the development and welfare of others on their team. Ultimately, you want to identify your leadership style, determine your time capability, and find out what those tools are that support the two so that you can ensure maximum productivity and overall efficacy and growth in your team and your professional self.